Hey guys, so for today I'm going to be talking about my favorite Game of Thrones characters so far. Okay, there were many characters who I loved but got killed so quickly, tears me to pieces. Ned Stark was one of my favorite characters, I have to admit. He was so honest and he loved his family so much. Even the bastard, who everybody called him that way, he loved them all the same, and that's something that I loved about him, and his honesty and bravery. But I do admit that one of his flaws was being too naive and a little bit weak at times, which I didn't like at all. And he would still be alive if he wouldn't have been so sweet towards Cersei and his sons and his family. I remember that scene when he speaks to Cersei and she tells him, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die, there is no middle ground. And how she kind of threatens him with that quote, if you think about it. And he ended up dead. For me, he was a great character. He died way too soon. Another one of my fave characters, and I also loved him because he was so fucking cute, was Robb Stark. Great character. He was kind of like his father, so I mean, I stopped loving Ned. You know, I kind of gave up. Not gave up, but I was like, okay, Ned's gone, I had to love another character as much. So I went for Robb, and Robb then got killed. It's a pity. It's a really big pity. I really liked him, but not as much as Ned, huh? I have to admit that. Many people are gonna hate me for saying this, but I really do love her. I love Cersei Lannister. For me, she's a great villain that adds so much to the show. The show wouldn't be as great as it is if she weren't in the picture. So I really hope that she gets... I hope that she gets the throne, because it wouldn't be a really great kingdom with her as queen. I think she'd be too ruthless and too cruel. So I don't think it would be a good idea. But what I do love about Cersei isn't that part. I do love that she's so protective and she loves her children so far and her family, and she'll do anything for them. So that's something that I really love about her. She has a sweet side when it comes to her children, and I appreciate that. She's a lioness. And I love that she's so strong. She, when she answered back to Robert on season 1, that was great. She wasn't scared at all. She wasn't a pussy. She wasn't a scaredy cat. I love her. Who else? Oh god, I really like the Lannisters. I love Tyrion. Tyrion and Cersei are my fabs. I'm sorry, I'm not American or British. That's why my English isn't as great. I do love Tyrion a lot. He's so sassy and he's very interesting. And it killed me to see his crush for Shay break. It was tough. But I do love him so much. He's so smart, which I love. And he has compassion, which is important to rule. I would love to see him in the 7 Kingdoms, but I don't know. I really don't think that that's what the directors want. I really don't, which is a pity. He's really smart. He's great. Another character which I love, well, I really loved Tywin as a villain. I love villains, they're very interesting. Tywin as well was very sassy. He answered back a lot of times. He was ruthless and cruel, but he was powerful, and I loved him. And it's something interesting, but I don't know where I got it from, but somebody said, I think it was one of the actors in an interview. He he said that all the Lannisters are great, but when Tywin entered a room, all the other kids became teens. I don't know if you get the quote, but it meant that Tywin was the big figure. All the others were the teens or his kids, neglecting them in a way. He was a strong figure, and he was really good. Who else? Hope I'm not missing anybody. I do like Jon Snow. I do like Arya, Sansa. I love Sansa, how she's developing into this strong woman. She was so weak back then, and now she's like boom, boom, which I love. And I really hope that she gets to take the kingdom back and to rule someday. I really hope she does. Because unlike Dany, which many people love her, I do like Dany, but I think that it's obvious that she's gonna get... I mean, she's always winning, and I'm upset because her life... I mean, Sansa's life is complicated and was complicated, and she's growing into the strong woman. Dany's life was complicated in the beginning, but we see that she's winning everything, and it's... I don't think it's very realistic. I think that it's too obvious that she's gonna win or whatever. So I really don't want her to win, because it's too easy. I mean, her path is easy. She wins everything. And I do think that every character, and I do think that she's doing the same as the previous rulers. She's creating new slaves, but that respect her and follow her commands. So it's actually the same as the previous rulers did. I'm sorry, but I really mean it. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. See you next time.